1, 1, 2, 3.
Hi guys, sorry for the confusion. We're late, but we're now live for the first time. We are the Alliance for the Pursuit of Knowledge. I'm Anita Morales, the president.
I'm Marion.
Teresa.
Dawn.
And thank you for coming out and watching us. And I apologize.
All right.
A little bit technical confusions today, kind of.
It'll take a few minutes. We still have
distracted.
We have Suzette here. 3 watching. I wonder if it's the rest of us watching.
It's not me. Not me.
And then you're kind of cut off. So
I'll
move over. Did I get you?
You're cut. Okay. There we go.
There we go. Is that better?
It's got better confusing because it's a little. Okay.
Dawn is still. You need to.
Oh,
wait.
No.
I forgot. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna get this down, Pat. So anyway, as we're on, please send us your questions. On the page, you just send it, and we will be answering the questions as we go throughout. Until then, we just wanted to tell you guys our background, how we got started, and go from there. So we started about 3 years ago. I recall Teresa putting out a post saying she wanted to start a co-op because she wanted a secular, inclusive co-op that wasn't in the area. And we replied, and that's how we all got started.
Actually, no, you replied. I just came with you to the meeting.
Okay, Marion and I replied, and I dragged her with me.
Yeah.
So,
Just, do you want to tell them how we got to know each other? Because I didn't.
Okay. Actually, there's lots of stories here before that. Marion and I knew each other from
Jugando Aprendemos, or no, Cuentos y Canciones. I was volunteering my time to do a Spanish class in the community, and she came to one of them, and just kept talking about stuff.
And we were all starting on the challenge of homeschooling. And when we saw the post, we were on the same group, and we jumped on it. And Dawn also was starting to homeschool, so like I said, she came onto it also. So there were some connections between some of us.
Yep.
I guess Teresa was the new connection for us.
Through the homeschool PE through the county.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, we did know each other before then.
Yep.
Okay, so but because of that, we started the homeschool group. It's always been on a volunteer basis. We started out with 3 classes and 8 students, and we had no clue what we were doing, but we had one goal, which was to have our kids interacting with other kids and gaining something from it through these classes. And the first year continued small, but after that we saw that there was a bigger interest. Volunteers that we have had teaching these classes, I thank you so much, because
I think I counted last night. I think it was 35 teachers that have volunteered.
35 teachers.
So far.
I mean, it's and each one brings something different to the group. I mean, because we all bring our different experiences, and that's the whole biggest thing that I wanted from this co-op for the kids. Because I'm going to relate right now to the public school system. Is the one thing that I got from the public school system is being able to interact with different types of teachers. So some teachers were a great influence on me, whereas some may have not been. But that's the only thing that I wanted to get to my kids. If I was the only one teaching them, guess what? They're only hearing from me. And to me, I was really missing that. So the fact that they're getting all this influence from all these other teachers is actually incredible. So I mean, I thank you, all of you. Those that are teaching, those that are helping. For those that don't know, we have started having people coordinate certain types, such as fundraising, registration. We actually have the thing. Social media, field trips. So we have other people helping us out, because as we grew, we saw the need. And unfortunately, you're looking at 4 people here that come from a professional background and a little bit a personality that
Some of us a little more than others.
that end up keep striving for more once they start seeing the ball rolling.
I think there's a spectrum right here.
Actually, it's a pretty good spectrum.
So once we started seeing the ball rolling, it kept getting bigger. But the thing is, we kept seeing things in a positive light. It wasn't like it was getting bigger in a negative way. It was getting bigger in a positive way. We were having people volunteer. The amount of classes we were able to have expanded so much is when we went and looked for other sites, which is why we ended up at Gardenville. So then we took the next step. Because of being so big and stuff, we did see the need of becoming a corporation. So we became a Florida nonprofit corporation in 2017. But people kept talking and stuff and said, what about being a nonprofit? I thought that was crazy.
And yet you jumped on board a lot quicker than I did.
Nonprofits are for big entities. But after reviewing things, we said we can do this. And we did. We actually did all the paperwork and everything ourselves. So people who say, no, you can't, no, yes, you can.
Yes,
you
you
just
can.
have to. And pretty much everything we have been doing ourselves. We haven't actually any of that.
No.
So
We haven't hired out anything. We've done all we've done
we were
everything.
going to, but then we didn't.
Yeah.
So then by end of 2017, we actually got our nonprofit status, which has now opened up more doors. Through Suzette, our fundraising coordinator, she has helped us so much.
She's right here, so give her a shout out.
She's looking. Thank you, Suzette. I can't even remember how we started up on the fundraising kick, but she grabbed that ball and she ran with it. I mean, it just blew my mind away. Never thought about where it could go. And she has ended up raising over 2,000.
Yeah.
I want to say probably over 3,000
Yeah.
as of now. I mean, she still has more fundraising things lined up, which is amazing and great, and is, like I said, going to keep us moving forward. Because now, since we initially started those funds because we needed to get insurance, and we didn't have all the funds in there to pay for the insurance. So she said, okay, let's do the fundraising. And we started that, and that was the initial purpose of it. But since now we had some funds in there, we said, okay, what else can we do? We found out about a grant through the Children's Board of Hillsborough County. This grant was for allowing people who had an existing program to add on to that program. So we were like, well, we offer co-op classes. At first, we couldn't think of anything, but then it was like, well, we have been doing Lego classes through one of our teachers, and the kids have been really liking it. And we said, well, maybe we can expand that, because a couple of the other kids have been doing Lego FLO League, which is not part of the co-op, but I personally know them, and they've enjoyed it. And I know the kids in the Lego classes have enjoyed it. So we talked about it and said, what if we could do Lego robotics classes? That's an expansion, and that's a chunk of money we didn't have to buy ourselves. So we put the paperwork together for the grant, and we have been awarded that grant, and we are now starting to implement that. So in the fall, as most of you know, we're going to actually be offering Lego robotics classes for the We Do, which is for younger kids, and the EV3, which is for older kids at both locations. So we're really looking forward to that. And by the way, anyone looking to teach EV3 classes, please contact me.
Specifically at Gardenville?
Specifically both.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have come a long way. So I've been talking. Would one of you like to say something?
I've been throwing that link out there because it's been a last minute change. I just want to make sure everybody's on board here. So if you log on, please just say a quick hi so we know who's here. We'll open up the floor in a little bit but we can still, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So some of the questions that we've been getting recently is, tell us about your financing. Why are we fundraising? We see money coming in, we're registering for classes, so why are we fundraising and where are you spending this money? Which is a very valid question. I serve as treasurer and risk management, and I am going to put a financial statement together that shows kind of line by line where everything goes. But in a nutshell, as far as if you want to look at just the co-op, because that really is our revenue stream right now, on a general session, we bring in, so just pick one session, be it fall or spring 1 or spring 2, we bring in around $2,400 for income. 57% of that actually goes to expenses. And so we pay the county 30% of what we bring in. 16% goes towards background checks, 5% to fees such as PayPal fees, the registration portal fees, PayPal, etc. 4% goes to certificates, so your certificates and the programs for presentation day, and then another 2% towards orientation day. So for each session, we bring in about $2,400. We end up at the end of that session with somewhere around $1,050. These expenses don't include our insurance, don't include business fees like filing fees, et cetera, that we may have on top. We did initially pick up the insurance in order to cover field trips, but when we first started the co-op, we were under the understanding through the county that their insurance covered our co-op. We get further in and find out from the county that no, after we had already purchased the insurance for what we thought was just going to be field trips, we found out that no, their insurance only basically covers should someone in our co-op do something on their property, it covers them. It does not cover us. And so that insurance is here to stay regardless of what other activities we do.
Which means that if they find it's the teacher's fault, that something happened to the child, the park's going to say, that's not our fault.
Right.
That was your co-op.
Right.
We're out of here. So that's why, just because it happens on the park doesn't mean it's covered.
Right.
If they feel it's part of the co-op's problem, then the park is out, which is why we need our insurance to be covering us. Because unfortunately, some accidents happen, and we just need to be on the safe side.
So it covers us, it covers our teachers, it covers basically our day-to-day activities with the co-op. That runs currently this year $3,200, and you can expect that to go up every year. So you can see just through the co-op money, there's not even, we're $50 short just to even cover our insurance at the end of the year. So that is why fundraising will still be a part of it, but we've intentionally kept our fees low. The going rate right now in most of the other co-ops in the area is around $125 for an 8 to 9 week session. Somewhere between $5 and $10 per class period, whereas we're charging $1 per class period. And so that's why the volunteers are so important, that we have the volunteers there to help us out. It's why fundraising, and it's why we ask you to bring in food on presentation day to help us out. For the amount of food that we